YouTube is live and Instagram is live. And there we go. Welcome back, guys. It's your evening medication. And we're live. All right, guys, we got Anna, Paulina, Luna. Before we get started here, we're just kind of waiting for the rest of you guys to jump in the chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody, to the chat. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the live. We got Portland, Oregon going off. They got the riots happening as we speak. And we're going to take a look at that. We also have a ceasefire. We also have Katie Porter acting crazy on an interview. In an interview. So we're going to take a look at that as well.
Almost like 2,900. You're at 3,400 now.
All right, we're taking a look at this. So just doing our thing, waiting for you guys to jump in. I think my sound is good. Everything else is good. Let's get this set up for you guys. How's YouTube doing here? Let's take a look at YouTube. Okay, that's dialed in. Get you on the playlist. Everything's set up there. Boom. Right on. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome. Welcome, guys. We got up on the screen, we got Portland riots currently happening. And we're going to switch to a few things. There's a ceasefire. So some info on that. We also have Katie Porter interview, which is wild. And then we're going to talk about the hire we soar one more time just to nail that in. And we're going to go from there. What's up, Truth? How are you, sir? Got your messages, bro. Just working on a few things. And I wanted to also talk to you guys about kind of what I'm thinking. What's up, buddy? What's up? What's up, man? You're on the Instagram side today, huh? Or this evening, I should say. We're looking at YouTube, still waiting for YouTube to go live. It is live, but still waiting for people to join. They're slowly coming. And away we go, guys. Away we go. So we're looking at Portland, guys. I'm going to look at a few different live screens. This is live in Portland.
Did you get his face just now? Did you guys see his face when he took the mask off?
Probable cause to search that.
Chad, did you guys see his face?
Dereliction of duty. Fucking horseshit. You spineless fucking bitch.
Did you guys see his face when he took his mask off just now?
You're married with his vagina. Even if he fucking wastes his face.
Tommy had to quit his job today.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so they're going a little nuts there. We'll keep the video going. I'm gonna cut the audio because they're going a little nuts. We're gonna go over here to see what happened with the ceasefire real quick. Just a quick little update.
Our panel about the breaking news first. Fox News chief political analyst Britt Hume, Fox News contributor, former White House press secretary Ari Fleischer, and Yemisi Egbewali is former chief of staff and advisor to the Biden White House press office. Britt, if as projected, and again,
what's up,
we
Jen?
expect to get this picture as Jennifer described it of the shaking hands.
Rock Gibraltar says no riot. What is this part? This live that's going on? What's the live that we're seeing here and many other places? What is this stuff right here, bro? What is all this stuff right here, bro? There's a whole Antifa section right here. Look, it's on YouTube. Look at this. This whole section right here is Antifa. Do you see this up here? Literally, YouTube has a section for Antifa. You can't make it up. Okay, so this stuff is all live right here. This stuff is live. Some people hugging. That's not a riot, but we're looking at Portland live. Anyway, we're going to go back and forth. Truth says hostages are coming home. I hope Israel spreads the evidence of the abuse they suffered. Again, hello, Jen. Good to have you. Ceasefire. We're going to look at ceasefire right now. Release the hostages. I agree, Steve. Welcome, Steve. Agree, buddy. W. Steve. City Walk. We outside. Hello, hello. City Walk says Warrior Experience GTMY. What is that? It's a protest, Gibraltar says. It's a protest. And Steven says domestic terrorist. People standing on a street is a riot. Well, we're going to take a look and decide for ourselves. So first, we're going to look at the ceasefire and see what this means. So let's start with that.
This is a really big deal for that region and for this
president. It certainly is,
frankly.
Brett. It certainly is, Brett. It's a very big deal indeed, something that seemed almost impossible for so long, not to mention the last 2 years since
good
October
to meet you.
7th.
Gotcha.
So I think, the president will get a great deal of credit for this. It was his peace plan that formed the basis, I guess, for this agreement, so far as we know. But we've been through so many of these things that have come so close. So I think I'll believe it when I see those hostages released.
Well, there you go. Britt, just while you were talking, as mentioned, they were waiting on Truth Social, and here it is. President Donald Trump. I am very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and Muslim world, Israel and all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. And we thank.
So Israel will retreat troops to a decided upon line, and they will be Palestinians will be releasing the hostages.
The mediators from Qatar.
And by the way, guys, how nice does the White House look at this time? Well, at the time of this video, with that also with that beautiful flag. Look how big that flag is, and I love the colors of the White House. The way the lights are on it and everything, it just looks gorgeous. Look at the whole thing is just absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Let's go.
Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey, who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. Blessed are the peacemakers. Again, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, out on Truth Social as we were talking there. Ari, put this in historical perspective, knowing all we know about the years and years, decades of turmoil in the Middle East.
Well, what's truly remarkable about this is previous breakthroughs existed between Israel and unique nations, Israel and Egypt, Israel and Jordan. Then you had the Abraham Accords expanding it to a wider group of nations, Bahrain, the UAE. But never before have you had an agreement with Hamas.
Rock, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, bro? You all right? Everything okay, bro?
8 Muslim nations, 7 Arab, 1 nation Turkey, Muslim nation, Israel, and the United States. That is the breakthrough here. From a humane point of view, it is wonderful and joyous that the hostages will come home. Families can finally, at long last, be reunited. But there are 2 big steps that remain, and those steps are the disarmament of Hamas and Hamas relinquishing control and power. Those 2 are going to be the trickiest ones yet.
Yeah, see, obviously the Biden administration was working towards this. They didn't have success. This looks like a major breakthrough. We have, Steve Witkoff, the Middle East envoy, and Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, who obviously was crucial in the last administration for the Abraham Accords, the Gulf states basically establishing relations with Israel. They were crucial to all of this for weeks and weeks. Your thoughts on this big picture and how Democrats maybe will react to it?
Well, I think some Democrats might say that real diplomacy happens in quiet and not necessarily on Truth Social, and that this administration has oftentimes celebrated before things are inked. However, I do think there will be great bipartisan consensus on this. This is a win for both sides here. I mean, I got the opportunity when I worked for President Biden to get to meet some of those hostages, some of the young children that were released, and I know the impact and the pain that this has had for a lot of those people. And so I think that this will be a great way for Democrats and Republicans at a time that they're so fraught on the Hill, given the shutdown, to find a common ground.
Yeah, Britt, in the wake.
I agree with Lord Naro. He says here, wonder what was offered to Hamas to get the hostages, and I don't feel good about negotiating with a terrorist. Definitely agree with that second part. What was offered was I don't know the exact specifics, but it's something in regards to like allowing members of Hamas to leave the area safely. and to go somewhere where they know they can be safe and not be harmed. Apparently, is part of the deal.
Of October 7th.
And of course, they got to release all the hostages and and Israel. So Hamas has to release all the hostages, and then Israel has to, in a multi-part series, like start backing up the troops to certain lines.
7th, and obviously we're one day from that anniversary. To look back and all that has transpired, Israel was reluctant at first to get to this point, and it really was President Trump pushing, arguably behind the scenes, Bibi Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, to get to this ceasefire. And the key part, as you mentioned, is the hostages, both dead and alive, coming out.
Well, I have to say that there's been an awful lot, as Ari suggested, the ingredients of this are numerous, and they have to do with the Abraham Accords, as was mentioned. They have to do with the attack on Iran, which weakened Iran and made it much less important a player. They have to do with the way Israel determinedly fought this war and defeated Hamas militarily. That doesn't mean they're gone as a terrorist force, but all those things are part of it. And I think the back and forth between the president and the prime minister may have been overblown to some extent, but here we are, and let us just pray that the hostages are released and that the further steps that are contemplated in this deal.
Maria says Israel will release prisoners as well. And then Minnie is back. Min is back. I can't sleep, so I am here. Welcome back. Israel breaks every ceasefire. Truth hurts. Let's hope that everyone holds up their end of the bargain so we can get a ceasefire out of this, man. It's time to get this thing over with. Someone is saying, IND says, you can't buy a Nobel. The one thing he wants. Let's see here. Yeah. True. Where could Hamas actually reposition at this point? I assume core leaders chose to save themselves. I think core leaders have already been away and have been in a place of safety, and actually they were living lavish lives of their own away from all this while everyone else was at war. So that's the other part.
Can go forward. What a new world we'd have.
Yeah, and just moments ago, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu putting out this: with God's help, we will bring them all home. Ari, it's, you think about, and I've had these hostage families on the show many times, and they kept on saying, don't forget about us after all this time. Half of them are likely dead, but there are some that are still alive of the, we think, 49. And this will be a major visual if and when this all comes to pass as expected tomorrow.
It'll be a remarkable moment from both international diplomacy point of view, but also
Truth on Instagram on the other side says the worst part of the deal is Hamas will be allowed to stay in Gaza. They just have to disarm. I don't think so, bro. Are you sure about that? I thought they have to leave and they'll be allowed to leave safely. Just give them time to rebuild for a new attack. I thought they had to bounce, bro.
Just that personal, humane point of view of family to be reunited when they may have given up hope, when they may have wondered if we will ever see our child again. Just imagine you're one of those parents. It's a beautiful moment. You know, when Marco Rubio interrupted that meeting to walk in and hand the president a note, you had to know something was up and it was big. Nobody does that. You don't interrupt a president at an event unless it's extraordinary.
Well, Andy Card.
And that is what led to President Trump then quickly leaving that room and wrapping this up and bringing us to this moment where the hostages may be on the verge of being released.
Yeah, it's truly an amazing sight.
I'm on your page,
thank you
bro.
all for rolling with the punches.
I'm on your page now. Where did you put it on your main page? You posted it here? Aquariums? Did you post it here somewhere on your page, or let me know. We'll go back. Okay. Okay, cool. Did we get a good look at this?
Here on the breaking news, big news out of the Middle East. A deal has been done, according to President Trump.
To a Fox News alert, President Trump just announced a deal between Israel and Hamas. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has been on this from the beginning, live from a very, very, very late Tel Aviv. Jennifer, good to see you.
Thank you, Laura. Well, incredible news here tonight that broke just within the last hour. First, we heard on Israeli television that there was a deal for the first phase of this peace plan, this agreement in Gaza to end the war and to release the hostages and to release Palestinian prisoners. Then we had the Trump Truth Social post, which really is what Israel was waiting for in order to make the formal announcement. And the Truth Social post said, "I'm very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly." In essence, we also have heard from the foreign minister of Qatar, the prime minister, of Qatar, who said that, who made the similar announcement that the hostages and the prisoners will be released and that Israel.
Adam is not happy. He says, what a bunch of nonsense, absolute BS. Please explain, bro, so we can understand what you mean. Tell us more.
Will be withdrawing to an agreed-upon line. Now, based on my reporting tonight, Laura, that agreed-upon withdrawal line will be about 51% of Gaza. So it will not be out of the entire Gaza Strip, because in this first phase, which is expected to start on Saturday or Sunday in terms of the 20 live hostages being.
Oh, wow. So it's, guys, so if you heard that, it's Saturday or Sunday specifically is what they're saying. Hold on.
Released hope phase, which is expected to start, be about 51% of Gaza. So it will not be out of line as the first steps toward a strong, similar announcement that the hostages and the prisoners will be released and that Israel will be withdrawing to an agreed upon line. Now, based on my reporting tonight, Laura, that agreed upon withdrawal line will be about 51% of Gaza. So it will not be out of the entire Gaza Strip, because in this first phase, which is expected to start on Saturday or Sunday in terms of the 20 live hostages being released, hopefully all together from the Gaza Strip, there is no word yet on the dead hostages, the 28 hostages who are deceased, that Hamas says that they have not been able to locate all of them because Israel is controlling right now 80% of the Gaza Strip. So that withdrawal will be taking place after the release, as the hostages are released, so that they can then find the rest of the hostages. Prime Minister Benjamin.
Adam says they have 12 ceasefires in 3 years of war, and then he says this isn't a peace deal. This is a prisoner exchange. And then he's laughing. They're not leaving Gaza.
And Netanyahu wrote tonight in a post that with God's help, all of the hostages will be brought home in good time. So a sense that while this first phase, which is a very important phase in terms of hostages and prisoners and the withdrawal of the Israeli military and its immediate ceasefire, that very important phase has been negotiated with the help of Jared Kushner, as well as Steve Witkoff and the Qatari Prime Minister, the head of Turkish intelligence. We have a photograph showing the Major General Nitzan Alon, who is the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, main negotiator for hostages, shaking hands with the Prime Minister of Qatar, and also Steve Witkoff shaking hands with the head of Turkish intelligence. The smiles on their faces suggest that this deal for the first phase. Now, as we know, Laura, the devil is in the details, and the second phase, which is much more difficult in this overall plan to end the war in Gaza, involves the disarmament of Hamas. Where will those weapons go? Where will the leaders of Hamas go? Will they be evacuated from the Gaza Strip? Will they be allowed to stay there? And who will rule the Gaza Strip when this is over? Because Israel has long said that they will not allow Hamas to remain in power or to remain armed. So that second phase is going to be a lot trickier. But again, through the president president's attention to this, his pressure on both the Israeli side as well as with the help of the Qataris and the Turks. The pressure on Hamas gave little wiggle room in terms of the release of these hostages. This will be disappointing, perhaps, if all of the deceased hostages are not released at the same time. We've been talking to families all week about how devastating it is to not have closure for those sons and daughters who had died and are being held by Hamas. There will be at least 1,700 Palestinian prisoners released. There have been negotiations at the last minute.
1,700 Palestinians released as well. Okay.
About the names who will be on that list, who will be included. 250 of those prisoners are likely to be having served lifetime prison sentences in Israel. So that is a very hard, bitter pill for the Israelis to swallow as well. But tonight, good news from Sharm el-Sheikh for this first phase of the peace plan. Laura.
And Jennifer, it's pretty interesting that Jared Kushner with Witkoff was part of this duo that really drove this to the president's desk. Jared Kushner obviously instrumental in the Abraham Accords, which no one thought was possible in the first term. And people wondered whether Jared would have much involvement at all in the second term. And here, only, 8 months, 9 months into the administration, this is a pretty pivotal achievement.
A huge achievement, and certainly Jared Kushner's achievement as
man, if this thing actually works and sticks, this could be it, right? I mean, this is a pretty big one, right? So we're gonna see what happens on Saturday, Sunday.
The negotiator of the Abraham Accords in the first Trump term. He has a lot of credibility in the Middle East, and he has used that, as you've heard President Trump say, that this into the Gaza war is just the first phase of what he sees as a broader Middle East peace plan, if you will, that would broaden the Abraham Accords. That certainly is what is motivating Jared Kushner. Steve Witkoff has been at the center of hostage negotiations, has brought many of those hostages.
Aquarium says that Hamas has not agreed to disarm yet. I thought that was part of the agreement. We got to dig into this a little more.
Out from Gaza as well as around the world, there have been.
And Maria says there's 1,900 prisoners Israel will release. So they said 1,700. Maria says 1,900. It's going to be one of these. So we're probably close in numbers, right in that range.
Hostage releases, but it would not have happened without President Trump.
Adam says Hamas won't disarm.
Remember when Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu came to the White House, there was a tremendous amount of pressure the hours and days before that, after President Trump had been at the UN and met with Arab leaders about what was needed for this deal to take place.
I'm just curious, Al McAllister? I think anything positive at this point out of this whole thing is good. What's wrong with a prisoner exchange? Let's just say it doesn't work out, which you guys are saying. Apparently, some of you guys are not hopeful. We're hopeful. I'll speak for myself. I'm hopeful. Hopefully, this is it. This could be it. And if it turns out to just be a prisoner exchange, isn't that a net positive anyway?
The Arab leaders were very united, along with Turkey, in pressuring Hamas. And
I mean, those people are all people, and they have families, and they have lives just like you and I.
Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner met with Prime Minister Netanyahu to craft the 20-point plan that really is the basis for the deal, the first phase of the deal that will be signed in Sharm el-Sheikh tomorrow at noon, we're told. So those meetings that involve.
Yeah, I mean, Adam, you don't need to be calling people names, bro. Please, just grow up a little bit, man. Nobody's calling you an idiot. You don't have to call people idiots, bro. You can just chat with us, bro. It's just a chill chat. We're not trying to go at each other. This is not one of those, like, let me see how much I can call you names kind of a stream, bro. If you don't like it, bro, you can bounce. It's all good. No bad dogs. But Warrior does have a point. Biden was not able to really get much done anytime he promised anything. And sometimes quite the opposite. So thank you, Jen. Appreciate it. And then we have Sergeant Green Machine says American, he says, but I think it's just America is going down a bad road. Please explain. And Adam says Trump tried in January and failed. He just got in power. He just got into presidency. Let him work his magic and see what he can do. Hopefully he can get it done, bro.
Involvement of Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff and President Trump.
Whether you like him or not, hopefully he can get something done. If he just gets hostages, I mean, that's not a bad thing, bro. Those people have lives, man. They have families. Palestinian ones, the Israeli ones, they all do. They're all people, bro.
This would not have happened otherwise.
And some word that President Trump may be flying to the region this weekend to be there. He's been invited there. Jennifer, this is fascinating, historic first step, but an important step. 1,700 pretty tough prisoners to release, but man, this is welcome news. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Just while you were talking, as mentioned, they were waiting on Truth Social.
Thank you, Jen.
And here it is, President Donald Trump. I am very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and Muslim world, Israel, and all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. And we thank the mediators from Qatar.
W Bear Post, bro. Yes, sir. Just sit back and enjoy it, bro. Enjoy the show. Grab your popcorn. And if you don't like it, hope for the best.
Egypt and Turkey, who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. Blessed are.
If you actually care about Israel or Palestine or whatever side, let's say, I guess in their case, Palestine or Palestinians or whatever the case is, if you actually do care, then even a prisoner swap is a good thing. You know what I mean? Of course, we're hoping for peace, and I think this could happen. But even if it turns out to be what these guys are saying in the chat, and they're saying, "Oh, this is just a lousy prisoner swap," or whatever they said. I mean, if you actually do care, you're not just being some kind of like a paid protester, then you would be happy for a prisoner swap too, right? I mean, am I crazy or?
The peacemakers. Again, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, out on Truth Social as we were talking there. Ari, put this in historical perspective.
Mr. MP, I don't think I'm reading it. I read what Bear Post said. I don't think he's saying that people being harmed is the show. He's talking about the Trump presidency and what he's doing as president.
Knowing all we know about the years and years, decades of turmoil in the Middle East.
But if you're just itching to get mad at someone just for whatever, then I mean, whatever, bro. I can't control your mind.
Well, what's truly remarkable about this is
W.W. Duran.
His previous break.
The Great White Hope.
You guys know who this is?
The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope.
I got buttons on this on my sound mixer.
The Great White Hope.
Breakthroughs existed between Israel and unique nations, Israel and Egypt, Israel and Jordan. Then you had the Abraham Accords expanding it to a wider group of nations, Bahrain, the UAE. But never before have you had an agreement with Hamas, 8 Muslim nations.
Yes, sir, Bear Post. Absolutely. JLP all the way, baby. Trevor said, just hope Israel doesn't do like last time and break the agreement. Hopefully this sticks for both sides and they both do what they, are being asked to do in the agreements, and we can move on past this thing. I'm tired of this, dude. It's over. I mean, we need to get this done.
7 Arab, 1 nation, Turkey, Muslim nation, Israel, and the United States. That is the breakthrough here. From a humane point of view, it is wonderful and joyous that the hostages will come home. Families can finally, at long last, be reunited. But there are 2 big steps that remain, and those steps are the disarmament of Hamas and Hamas.
Aquariums, you out of here, buddy? Please don't go. Please don't go. Okay, bro. That's all good, man. Have a good night, bro. See you.
Relinquishing control and power. Those 2 are going to be the trickiest ones yet.
Yeah, see, obviously the Biden administration was working towards this. They didn't have success.
Oh, I need to hit live
this
chat
looks like
again.
a major breakthrough.
Whoops,
We have,
there you go.
you know, Steve Witkoff, the Middle East envoy, and Jared.
Now we're live chat. My bad. I gotta keep remembering to hit live chat. Okay, so now we got live chat. Sanazi says it's crazy how much they expect for. Sanazi says it's crazy how much they expect from Trump for Trump to do, and he's been in office less than a year. What the F did Biden do all 4 years? Seriously. Very good point.
Kushner, the president's son-in-law, who obviously was crucial in the last administration for the Abraham Accords, the Gulf states basically establishing relations with Israel. They were crucial to all of this for weeks and weeks. Your thoughts on this big picture and how Democrats maybe will react to it?
Well, I think some Democrats might say that real diplomacy happens in quiet and not necessarily on Truth Social, and that this administration has oftentimes celebrated before things are inked. However, I do think there will be great bipartisan consensus on this. This is a win for both sides here. I mean, I got the opportunity when I worked for President Biden to get to meet some of those hostages, some of the young children that were released, and I know the impact and the pain that this has had for a lot of those people. And so I think that this will be a great way for Democrats and Republicans.
Mr. MP says conservatives are inhumane. Please let us know what you mean by that. Go ahead and try to prove that point. It's just a great way of you just saying something that you don't back up with any facts. Biden delivered the ceasefire in January, but sure ignore facts. Are you guys aware of? Was there a ceasefire that I'm not aware of? Did a ceasefire happen that stuck that I'm not aware of, guys? Okay, you know what? Let's take a quick break and go down memory lane, and remember what they tried to shove on us. This was Biden that they tried to put back in office for 4 years. This is what Mr. MP is trying to say. Mr. Biden, look, Miss Biden did this.
For what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
And then they were paying everyone and bribing everyone to say this right here.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it. And you read the New Yorker interview, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference in Oshkosh, but if you, or the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
So they literally did not care that there was no brain function. They just wanted a heartbeat so they could have the elites continue to run our country. And the elites chose the last 3 presidential nominees and candidates for you. They didn't even let you choose your candidates. So, so this is what you were bragging about just now? About this guy, Joe Biden? Is that who you're bragging about? The guy you tried to shove on America for another four years? Come on now. Wake up, guys.
Republicans at a time that
you want to see a perfect example of the Democratic leadership? Watch this.
Now let's go to our next one. So
this is happening as we speak. This is Katie Porter, that was one of the Democratic leaders from California that they're trying to shove onto California as a governor. She's running for governor now. Watch this.
Katie Porter is a Democrat representative. She's running to be the next
She's
governor
literally
of that
a Democratic representative.
I
that's
think
running
this
for governor.
interview from this representative sums up why more people will continue to leave California, because if she becomes the next governor, if you think Gavin Newsom is dangerous, wait till you see this. Let's go and play that now.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%. Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're saying.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But let me be clear with you. I represented Orange County. I represented a purple area. I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not something every candidate in this race can say. If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win. I feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody, that this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
argumentative. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer.
Yeah, she's a psycho. Okay, I'm not a.
She's saying ask the question as it is written. She wants only scripted questions, and she's running. She's running for governor.
Doctor, and don't look at me for a diagnosis, but guys, I'm going to continue to show you more of this. But let's just back up and address the elephant in the room. If she wins the probably become.
Let's go to her next piece. Watch
governor.
this.
Okay,
watch what she
just
does.
Accept it now. Why? Because I am not
those 40% of California voters to win, and you're saying no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can, and what I'm saying to you is that.
Well, to those voters, okay. So you.
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us.
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't care.
Follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never
reporter.
had to do this before, ever.
You've never had to have a conversation with
to end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
What part of I'm me? I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I am going to make.
I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. I'm a leader.
So you're not going to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through?
Doesn't sound like a leader to me.
I will continue to ask follow-up questions because that's my job as a journalist, but I will go through and ask these, and if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So nearly every legislative...
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you, and I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you either. I would love to continue to ask these questions so that we can show our viewers what every candidate feels about every one of these issues that they care about. And redistricting, it's a massive issue. We're going to do an entire story just on the responses to that question. And I've asked everybody the same follow-up question.
She's worse than...
Aganoise says, this is fake, it's AI. Why are you saying that? Every time a liberal sees something from a liberal that they don't like, they say it's AI. Isn't that crazy? Every time they see a liberal act stupid, they say it's AI. Come on, guys.
Kamala Harris.
This is insane. This interview, you can't do you're running for governor, you can't do a basic. Did you guys hear the question? It's a basic question. It's not a gotcha question.
New scum is
Watch
dangerous.
This.
Wait till you see this.
Let's watch it again because there's a lot happening
What do
here.
you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%. Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're saying.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
She's literally saying just because she's a Democrat, she's going to win all of the votes in California, and she won't have to even, just because she's a Democrat. Like, she's just automatically going to win it. Isn't that crazy, bro? This is what we have to deal with in California, guys. I'm in Southern California.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you?
By the way, Duran, thank you for the follow and the subscribe and the like. Where was it, Duran? Who was it? Yeah. Thank you for liking and subscribing, guys. Dude, thank you so much. Good looking out. Thank you.
Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But let me be clear with you. I represented Orange County. I represented a purple area.
Yeah.
I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not something every candidate in this race can say. If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't
I
think
feel
you
like
need
this
them
is
to win?
unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody, that this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
Correct. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer.
Yeah, she's a psycho. Okay, I'm not a doctor, and don't look at me for a diagnosis. But guys, I'm going to continue to show you more of this. But let's just back up and address the elephant in the room. If you're running
California voters to win, and you're saying no, you don't.
No, I'm saying
This is the rest of the interview as she goes. But some of you, I got to stop. Yeah, you're super boring. Whoever keeps saying it's AI, super boring. Constant people on the left saying that all the time whenever they see something that doesn't fit their narrative. But we're used to it. We're also used to us being called. We're also used to you guys calling people Nazis and all kinds of names. So those things don't mean anything anymore anyway. So let's throw that out there. And then a Republican isn't going to win. Gary says a Republican isn't going to win the governor's seat. I don't know. We're going to see what happens with that. We have a sheriff from Riverside that is looking okay, but it's a tough one. You're absolutely right. I mean, I agree. It's an uphill battle.
I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that.
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you.
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
She's literally just asking asking about voters. Like it's not like a crazy intense, difficult like rocket science type of a question. It's not like you have to think very hard type of question. It's just a basic question. Like, what are we talking about? Like, am I missing this?
Came in the form of a recall.
What is going? What?
And what I'm saying to you.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that.
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you.
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it.
What, guys, help me out here. Is what that was? It didn't seem like there was some kind of crazy. There wasn't even really a question there that much. All she did was, do you need the voters? And it didn't seem like a crazy question. Holy cow.
Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this.
Keith,
I'm not with 7
Keith.
follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never
reporter.
had to do this before, ever.
You've never had to have a
end an
conversation
interview.
with
To end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
What part of I'm me? I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I am going to make.
So you're not going to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue to ask follow-up questions because that's my job as a journalist, but I will go through and ask these, and if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So nearly every legislative...
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you, and I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you either. I would love to continue to ask these questions so that we can show our viewers what every candidate feels about every one of these issues that they care about. And redistricting is a massive issue. We're going to do an entire story just on the responses to that question. And I've asked everybody the same follow-up question.
She's worse than Kamala Harris. I mean, she clearly was flustered there. Wants to end the interview. She wants to walk out of there. And it's just funny that she got that upset. So someone who's getting that upset in an interview is fit to lead, again, 44 million on paper, but probably 60 million people in California. I don't know, man. Especially this story that is going viral now because this clip was going viral. I'll take over here. This is an article posted by New York Post. Representative Katie Porty scolded ex-husband's scalp with potatoes. Doesn't make sense, but when you read this, you start realizing how crazy she gets. So, according to the former husband, she said that he or she frequently abused him verbally through toys, books, and other objects at him during their marriage, even pouring.
What did Traveler do? I think, what did he say? He said we took time away from his grinder.
Scalding hot mashed potatoes on his head during a fight, according to divorce records. Okay, yeah, you guys let me know what you think about Katie Porter there. I just, I can't get enough of it. I might watch it again later on today. All right, so let's go to this next clip because CNN usually wants to bring on people and try to capitalize on this viral moment. And here is this representative out of Nevada. He says that he doesn't mind what happened.
She was being asked whether or not she needed those votes and what she would do to entice them, and said she didn't need them. What do you make of that? Is that a good message?
Well, what I'm focused on in Nevada is actually listening and learning from the constituents that I represent. My district covers 50,000 square miles from rural Nevada.
Okay, we saw enough of Katie Porter. She's nuts. These are Portland live streams. So we're looking at some lives from Portland. I'm going to go through a couple of these, take a look and see exactly what's happening. It looks like they're kind of antagonizing each other a little bit. I don't see any kind of like violence. Let's listen to sound a little bit.
Just found your channel. Glad I did. Sub now. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Hopefully get that other thing checked out. But thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I wonder if there was less cameras. All one word. Yeah, all maybe. One word. That's probably true. Richard the Goat. One word. Just YouTube.
We got a wonderful American flag in there. Okay, they're messing. They're just antagonizing each other a little bit here and there. Elmo says, "What's up, Elmo? I'm going to double hand reject your 7 follow-up questions. Tuning in now live at Portland."
Someone said that they pay $1,400 a month for that. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Yeah, I would be out of there. I wouldn't even care about someone suing me for my rent or anything like that. I would be so out of there. But they got right-wingers and Christy Nome out here.
Elmo, welcome back, bro. Good to have you, bro. We laughed. So just so you know, I watched the live this morning's live myself again, and I saw the chats, but I was cracking up, dude. Again. So it looks to me like we're seeing more patriots nowadays out there. So before it was like just masses of Antifa, but now we're starting to see more patriots here and there. Let's pull up some more of these and see what the heck is going on.
They ain't got nothing now.
That's that same one.
And how long were you officer for a while? Yeah. How long? A couple years. What's that? 2 years. Okay. Enough to go, this ain't for me. And also in Texas?
John Robertson says Antifa are true patriots.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to tell you, it's evolved into child's play again. And it's one of those where I love you guys. I'm glad you're happy. Tommy 2.0, Tommy 1.0, and then somebody in a costume following him around. Literally, somebody in a costume.
Antifa is masked up and they're doing violence, bro. They're committing violence and they're doing some crazy stuff out there, bro. I don't know what you mean. They're anti-Nazi. There haven't been Nazis for years, bro, and they're in the wrong country if they're anti-Nazi. This is not Germany, bro. Not sure what you're talking about.
Costume following him around. That's what we've evolved to. So I'm not gonna lie. I am just kind of at the point where
ICE is masked up because the left is doxing them and trying to go after their families. That's a different story. Nobody's trying to go after Antifa's family. They don't have families. They live in their mother's basements.
That's destiny, baby.
maybe we should all just get some sleep.
God-given right to take this country over.
Maybe we should just all get some sleep.
Talking to everybody.
That don't mean shit.
Exactly, bro. That's what I thought, bro.
Well, I mean,
That's what I thought, bro. Yep. It's the MAGA Moron channel. Paste eating idiots. It's the name calling losers from their mother's basements. Say hello to Trans Tifa, guys. Say hello to Trans Tifa. They're loading up the chat. Hello, Trans Tifa. They're talking about KKK. Do we have to remind them that the Democrats are the actual people that started the KKK and they were the ones that were against abolishing slavery? Do we have to remind them of that? Yeah? Deshaun, what's up, baby? W. Deshaun. Do we have to remind them it's the Democrats? Do we have to remind them? Should we show them like a quick a Google search or a Chat GPT search just to remind them who the KKK was? Their own leadership of their Democratic Party? The ones that wanted to keep slavery? Yeah, that's what I thought, buddy. That's what I thought, buddy. Scott Patricio is talking smack, and that
I don't know where you're getting your statistics.
that's a lie. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Scott.
That's a lie. Beta.
Scott is a
Beta male.
Come on, Scott.
Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male.
Come on, Scott.
Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male.
Yeah. Jen, you're gonna have a hard time keeping up with these guys, dude. They're they have no manners. And it's a difficult life living in your mother's basement, never getting sun on your face, and because even when you come out of the basement for that like once a month, that day you get out, you still have to wear a mask because you're Trans Tifa. But little do you know, nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. The blind leading the blind, bro. Nate the Nazi is back. Yeah. This dude is, yeah. Sad boy. Yeah, you're sad, boy. You're sad, boy. And calling names. You're a pedo. Jen, I'm going to boot him. He's just calling Trump and the F words and all this stuff. There we go. Boot it. John Robertson says redneck inbreds. Jay says, "Sir, well, no, we want ICE to get rid of the illegals." WJ, bro. Not Nate the Nazi says you're a Jew. Who is he calling a Jew? Who is he calling a Jew? Is it Sir Pawn? Is that a Jew that I don't know of? Who is he calling a Jew? They hate Jews, bro. They're racist. You see that? They hate Jews, bro. They hate Jews, bro. Your rent's Jew payable to mommy? What are they? What? Your rent's Jew payable? Oh, Elmo, your rent's Jew. Anti-Semites, exactly, bro. They're racist, bro. They call us racist. They call us fascist, and they're the fascists.
We're gonna walk down
again, bro. We're back to the same thing, right?
Out,
confession through projection. They confess what they are by projecting it onto us. They hate Jews because they are Nazis, bro.
Guy with a microphone that is relevant for once in his life. That's it. Let's check out some of these super chats that you guys got. See if I can answer some of these questions for you. While I'm standing out here, I do appreciate you guys donating. You guys are still sticking around. Let's see here. Appreciate all you've done on the ground there, Matt. Stay safe. Yeah, 100%, man. It's almost time to wrap it up. I'm starting to think. But there's some other work that might need done. Lynn,
Antifas are the real Nazis, bro.
This is
I agree.
Not earned income. This is a tip for watching over Tommy Boy.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Aquariums is back, baby. What's up, dude?
I was saying that earlier. I was like, listen, this every time a super chat comes through, I think
you're giving them too much credit, bro.
Which is great, which is great. For those of you guys that don't know, tips they matter. Oh, holy cow, man, that's a big tip that just came on through. Century, bro, thank you very much. Like it's to me all this.
A story in 5 words.
AOC flip-flops on shorties. Kennedy, I'm going to play these videos, but the first video, she makes fun of Stephen Miller for being, quote, 4'10", when obviously he's 5'3". We're going to play that old clip, and then we're going to follow her backtrack where she must have got some, backlash from her short friends. If she has any, let's roll it.
Laugh at them. Stephen Miller is a clown. I've never seen that guy in real life, but he looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10".
I want to express my love for the short king community. I don't believe in body shaming. I am talking about how big or small someone is on the inside. Like, for example, I have no idea how tall Andrew Tate is. No idea at all. But that guy looks to me like 5'3", like 5'3", 5'4". Whereas, physically, men of smaller stature.
Nate says, "Are you a Democrat, Medication?" I was recently, very recently, I was a Democrat.
Can come across, they are spiritually
not no mo.
6 foot.
So Kennedy, she basically, in her apology, said being short is still a bad thing.
Yes.
She goes, when I see somebody really awful, like Andrew Tate, I just assume they're short. So she said, like, well, I love short people, but when I see people I don't like, I just assume they're short. Why not just say black, AOC?
I don't think this was a diatribe against Emmanuel Lewis, if that's what you're saying. Karan says, "Red pill is real. Please explain, bro. Let us know what you mean." Johnny, bro. Johnny's on it. Johnny. He spelled it out for you. Secure border, men out of girls' sports, and stopped several wars. Trump's getting stuff done. Yeah, I have to say so, dude. Yeah. Ooh, aquariums with a $7, bro. Do you like toes?
Dude, thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the super chat. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, man. Love you, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hell yeah. Potatoes. Shit. What do you mean, bro? Do you like toes? Holy sh. Jay says the woman with glasses is brain dead. Aquariums. Totally, bro. Elmo, that was one of the ones we laughed at, bro. Totally, bro. Oh man. So who was it? You're brainwashed and idiot. Please explain, bro. Please explain. I got toes. Different area codes. Area codes. Toes. Brain dead are Democrats. Tell me, what are you guys talking about? What is going on with you guys in the chat? Holy cow, guys. What is happening, bro? What is going on? Jen's on it. So do you like to suck on them toes? What? Oh, did I miss something, bro?
I watched this and I thought, what a judgmental, sizist harpy. And I was so disgusted by her comments. And then I realized, Greg, this whole thing was a love letter to you.
That's what I
So what she was trying to do is like pretend she's not obsessed with you. Like, oh my God, Stephen.
Alexandros Gektidis. What's up, buddy? Hello from Greece. Buddy, I just read a book on the Peloponnesian Wars, bro. I read The History of Peloponnesian Wars by Thucydides. I just finished it, literally like a couple weeks ago. What a freaking crazy book, bro.
Miller?
You Greeks were nuts, bro. You guys did some crazy stuff to each other. That was insane.
He's so short. Like, I've never even met him, but Democrats have to do this thing with their hands. Like, we're constantly grabbing women's boobies. Like Gavin Newsom. Like, we're speaking sign language, but we don't really know how to do it. And he's probably so short and gross because short people are disgusting, am I right?
And then she was
trying to get a
What's up, State Line? Gutfeld is the man, bro. It's so good, so good, so good. Jay is right, bro. Stop spamming the chat. Someone has a crush on Kennedy, and I'm trying to figure out who it is. Someone was talking about Kennedy, but I think he actually secretly has a crush on her.
Response
the little
from me.
people community, including yourself.
Yeah, I am an unofficial
Filled
king.
her inbox, as it were, metaphorical, of course.
Yes.
And she backtracked. She's like, no, I love short guys so much. I need to go on Greg's show. But he'll.
Oh, man. I just have to hear the little noises that Biden makes right here.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President.
Sorry, guys. Just a quick palate cleanser. Oh, my God, bro. Don't ever forget. Never forget, guys. Never forget. Okay, guys, we talked about this in the morning stream. For those that are just here right now, just came on, Friedrich Nietzsche has something that he wrote. He says, the higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. It's a pretty good one. And to me, that applies to everything that we do, guys. By the way, this is Portland, Oregon live. I'm going to go to the live feed. This is live right here.
TKO Tommy Boy.
The smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. And in a way, he means
Tommy's not streaming. He's just filming and making
to them,
content.
we look like idiots. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear. In other words, to those who cannot fly, we look like idiots. Sanaa says, Medi, play Lefties Losing It. Lefties Losing It are really good.
He's not streaming on X or anything
But,
like that.
I mean, we're going to trigger them, dude.
Have to keep Tommy safe. He can only go so far.
I can't go no further.
We gotta keep Tommy safe, you guys. He can only go so far.
You mean the actual the show Lefties Losing It?
When it's time for Lefties Losing It, let's start with a young deranged woman attacking conservatives, David Kate and
This one right here?
When it's time for Lefties Losing It, let's start with a young deranged woman attacking. When it's time for Lefties Losing It, let's start with a young deranged woman attacking conservatives, David Kate and Cam Higby, and then getting maced. This is what is commonly referred to as effing around and finding out, or just instant karma.
Go home. Go home, Charlie.
What was MLK known
don't
for?
use physical violence. Stop. Go! Hey. Stupid. Fight anybody. We don't want to fight. Stop. Here's the license. Stop. I'm stupid.
And like any good leftist, the cry bully ended up acting like the victim when faced with the consequences
What's up,
of their own
Pablo?
actions.
You people maced me because you're evil and you will get what you deserve. I mark it on my face. Take video. Take all the video you need. You're evil people. You're not Christian.
Yes, they are the evil ones, lady. Now to our favourite little climate change crazy doom goblin turned anti-Israel zealot, Greta Thunberg.
Hello, this is going to be a long video, but I have a lot to say, so bear with me.
No. Nobody's got time for a long rant from Greta. I'd rather hear what President Trump has to say about Sweden's worst export.
She's just a troublemaker, you know. I mean, she's no longer into the environment, now she's into this. She's a troublemaker. She has an anger management problem. I think she should see a doctor. She needs anger. If you ever watch her, she's a young person. She's so angry. She's so crazy.
Greta the
Now you can have
Gremlin?
her.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Somebody said AOC kind of hot. Lord says AOC is kind of hot. Well, I mean, would you, let me ask you this, bro. AOC or Paulina Luna? There's Paulina Luna. I think Paulina Luna, bro. No? Deshaun, what up, bro? How about Carolyn? Where's he at, bro? Where's Lord Nero? Or how about Caitlyn? Sean says Paulina. Justin's on a good one. He says, who's crazier? I want the crazy. Nate says, I can't with Jewish women. How about Mary? Al says AOC, Al McAllister. Snazzy says AOC is not hot. Paulina, yes. This is Mary. How about Mary? Justin says yes, sir. Greta the beta. Melt ice on a letter. Poland. Mary clearly. Lord says Mary clearly. Yes. Mary clearly, sir. Johnny says Carolyn. Mary or Carolyn? This is Carolyn. This is Mary. Carolyn, Mary. Carolyn, Mary. Mary, Paulina Luna. BJ Ben says Luna. Mary, Luna. Mary, Luna. Mary, Paulina. Mary, Paulina. I have it on live chat, so everyone's chat should be coming up straight up. Small says she has a camel. Carolyn? How about Carolyn? Cannon Karan says both same time. Justin says Mary. I think it's a Mary. I think it's Mary chat today, bro. Today is Mary. I think we go with Mary, dude. Mary. Hopefully they don't show us Greta Thunberg again. Holy cow, let's go.
And Donald Trump should know
Mary
he
wins.
is responsible for Greta's finest moment. Remember when he ignored her at the UN during his first term? Look at that face. That was the day she gave that deranged "How dare you" speech. Good times. Now let's get a good old-fashioned dose of crazy from the ladies of The View. Here is Joy Behar claiming Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, is targeting Bad Bunny because he's Latino. And then Whoopi Goldberg helpfully recommends that folks turn up to the Super Bowl in brownface to confuse ICE agents.
Anyway, she's threatening to go to the Super Bowl when Bad Bunny is there and round up all these people that are illegal immigrants. Do you think that she would go if it was Garth Brooks or Eminem or Taylor Swift or any other white person?
Let me understand what you're saying, because she's going to go to the Super Bowl and round up. How's she going to know who's who? Everybody. Get a little cocoa butter, sit in the sun. That's the first thing. and this is the only time you can probably ever do this, give yourself a Latin accent.
You know,
are you out of your cotton picking mind? Are you out of your cotton picking mind? What the?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I got the perfect sound bites for this, bro.
What the?
This is for real, bro.
Are you out of your cotton picking mind? What the? That's a lie. That's a lie. That's amazing.
Whoopi, that is such a good idea.
And see if she can tell who's who.
Even the dim-witted View audience did not want to clap that lunacy. As for the claim from Joy that Kristi Noem wouldn't be doing this if Garth Brooks, Taylor Swift or Eminem were performing, well, think again, lady. All three are as left as Bad Bunny and judged accordingly. It's the View that seems to be obsessed by skin colour.
I agree. I don't know how they're still on, guys. Whoever said that, I saw that. Yeah, Justin, I don't understand, bro. PDX says she almost had me in the first half. Bye Bunny. Deshaun says bye Bunny. Is that true? I didn't know about that. The View. What a joke, literally, bro. I thought The View got canceled. I thought so too. Dark Unit says MAGA now love cancel. Sure. No. We just
and these ladies have become so desperate, so extreme that they are really about
Uh-oh. Should be back. Should be back. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Let's go. Yep. Gavin Newsom, bro. Gavin Newsom.
about a plot
He's got his hands on us, bro. Somehow he gets us. We're in Southern California.
to end elections or distract from Democrat mega donor Jeffrey Epstein.
This is a pretext to stop the next election. That's what I think it is.
I would say it might also be a distraction from the hearing that's going on right now about the Epstein files.
Right.
Some things have come up, and AG Pam Bondi was dodging questions and attacking back.
So now, guys, so now I know why all the lefties that come into our chat all the time, all day, every day, are asking us about the Epstein files, because they watch The View.
From the hearing that's going on right now about the Epstein files.
Right.
Some things have come up, and AG Pam Bondi was dodging questions.
That's why, bro. The Epstein files, they watch The View, bro. Come on now. All right, let's see. Let's see. Can you hear my voice? I think it's like halfway back. I think it's like halfway back, maybe. Yeah. So, okay. So we got some action back. I don't know what just happened, but let me see if I can get the video back. I might be able to get video back if I can plug this. Or is that what took it down? Maybe the video did that to it. Let's see. One second. How's that? Okay. All right. All right. We got that back. We got some we got the camera back, right? But this thing is not fired up as good as it should be. We can see you. All right, sweet. So you can see me now. I have my live view solo ready, so if it doesn't work, I got that ready to rock. For some reason, it's not going as fast. Like I'm not doing. I mean, it's not running at the right speed that it should be running, but it is up. All right, so let's try this right here. Like this. And then we can go here. And then maybe if I go like this. There we go. Got a little something.
Yesterday, and now I want to celebrate White History Month, and these are three people who I really want to celebrate.
Go ahead.
Harvey Weinstein. No?
I can, yes.
But we had a real good conversation yesterday, so I'm...
Okay, so we got that. Get the chat back, guys. Let me get the chat back. I know you guys have chat in the app, but I want to get it on the screen for us real quick. While I'm doing that, I'll get Jesse back on.
Because you was like, I'm trying to be funny. I was like, why would you say I'm trying to be funny?
Oh, okay. And now you're no longer upset?
I'm no what?
You're not upset anymore?
I never was upset.
Oh, I thought you said you were kind of upset.
No, you said I was
upset. All right, what I missed, man? Did they gang up on Deshaun?
You know is yesterday you was kind of criticizing me for not celebrating White History Month. So I want to let you know that I've been growing up since yesterday, and now I want to celebrate White History Month. And these are three people who I really...
So what happened? What I missed? I'm not defending Clinton. I'm using his logic to show how dumb he sounds. Epstein fave painting Bill Clinton in blue dress. Always excuses for Trump. No. Okay, so you guys are just lost on the Epstein files, huh? We just went on the deep end on that, or what? Yeah? You guys went on the deep end on Epstein files? Shit, bro. They went crazy, bro. The view files, bro. The view files. All right, so we got this up. Finally, it's back. It's not where it's supposed to be, but wow, that was a whole fiasco. Again, I do have the live view solo, but the funny part is I was gonna stop the stream there pretty soon anyway. It's 11:30 in Southern California, and I got to get up early for the morning stream with you guys. So At some point, we got to do this. And then while I'm here, Jen, I was going to talk to you about this. We talked about doing Discord, and I also have a few people that are talking about doing like a members chat on YouTube, like a members live. What's that? Oh, doing a members like a members, what do you call it? Like a private chat or something like that, or like a private room or something. So I don't know. Trying to figure out what makes more sense. And if we do something like that, I would like do some kind of membership thing. And then of course, for those of you that are, that are like, the OGs, we do like, give you, obviously a free membership. Yeah. Maybe for like a first month or two or something like that. I don't really know. I'm just kind of figuring it out, trying to figure out what makes more sense, because it's just easier to have it all on the same platform. And so we're not going to different places and stuff like that. I don't know. What do you think about that? And then Dark Unit's just lost on files, right? Just like everyone else, Epstein files every time. That's what it was. The View. Where was the View, bro? We're watching the View. That's where they got this, bro. Was the View? They watched the View. Dark Unit watched the View. The View told them about Epstein files again every day. And then so that's where they just come out and all they have to say is the Epstein files. And then Dark Unit, Lefty's losing, bro. Lefty's losing. That's what it was. So Dark Unit, let me ask you this. This is it.
Attacking back about the Epstein files, about the Epstein files. Right. Some things have come up, and AG.
So Dark Unit, where was here's the thing I always ask, and Deshaun, you know what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say to all these dudes that are. Where are the Epstein files? But the Epstein files. You said, but the Epstein files. Two things. First and foremost, I agree that if Trump said he's going to do the Epstein files, he should do all of it. If he hasn't done it all, if he hasn't, given up or if they haven't provided all the Epstein files, they should. I'll give you that. That's a no-brainer. If they're going to do the Epstein files, they should. But the other thing is, do you at least give credit where credit is due? Where Trump is the only president that has done anything about the Epstein files? Or are you just completely one-sided, bought and sold like every other Dem? Are you bought and sold, bro? Yeah. So you guys are bought and sold. You guys are bots pretty much. NPCs. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Beta.
Yep. So if they said they're going to release it, they should, and I agree with that. So I will, if that's what your point is, I say I agree. If they haven't, they should. I think they should. But the other thing is, Trump is the only one that has actually done something about it. So that's that. Now let's move on to another subject. Let's move on to another subject. How about the fact that the Democrats did not let you choose nominees for the last 3 election cycles? Who actually watches The View? Rob says, everybody in this chat that's talking about Epstein files. That's who.
Pam Bondi was dodging questions and attacking back.
Wackadoodles, all of them. Now to a woman whose politics make her to end a that
All
lunacy.
the guys in this
or
in this
distract
chat
from Democrat
that are talking
mega
about Epstein
donor
files.
Jeffrey
That's who watches The View.
This is a pretext to stop the next election. That's what I think it is.
I would say it might also be a distraction from the hearing that's going on right now about the Epstein files.
Right.
Some things have come up about the Epstein files, about the Epstein files, about the Epstein, about the Epstein, about the Epstein files.
They all watch The View because they're
Beta.
I know. And then they're gonna, oh, I forgot The View existed. Please, bro, you're glued to The View.
Beta male. Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male. Beta male.
Exactly, bro. So again, what about the fact that the Democrats didn't let you choose your nominees for the last 3 election cycles? Got nothing to say on that, right? That's what I thought. How about the fact that the Democrats were the ones that forced Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube to censor Americans? Nothing to say about that either. That's what I thought. Short Timer says, you are not listening. After 27 years, I'm working and not getting paid. Guess what? Second shutdown. It's your Democrat colleagues, bro, that are not signing off. Yeah, that's what I thought. Can't find Democrats to debate logic or facts. Yep. Exactly, bro. That's what I thought. They have nothing to back anything up. They're bought and sold, bro. Bought and sold, bro. They're not Fox talking points. These are CNN. These are your own talking points. Just got you on that, bro. These are your own talking points. These are literally your own talking points. Yeah. You want to hear it? You want to see it? You want to see CNN? You want to see CNN, bro? Here, I'll show you. But you guys still have nothing to say about it. The last 3 elections, these aren't even talking points. The last 3 elections, I'm going to play it, but the last 3 elections, they didn't let you pick the nominees. That's fascism. Right? Right? That's what I thought. You have nothing to say, bro. You guys are locked up, jammed up. You got nothing to say. You have nothing to respond with. Absolutely nothing. You're locked up, bro. You're jammed up. Can't even say nothing. They're stuck, dude. They're stuck. They can't do nothing about that. Where's that video, bro? Where's that video? It's just for them. It's a wonderful video just for them. They're the fascists where their elites choose their nominees for them. Yet they want to call the rights fascist. They want to call the rights. Here you go.
We're Democratic.
Let's play CNN. Since the guy said, oh, you're saying Fox talking points.
By the way, it's just
CNN,
3
bro.
straight nominations where Democratic voters didn't get a chance to pick the nominee. The elites picked Hillary Clinton, the elites picked Joe Biden, and the elites picked Kamala Harris. There was no actual set of voters who felt like they had a say in this.
Democrats, we should have had a primary for this midterm election. And we didn't. And so now we're living with the consequences of it. I hope that our party wakes up and realizes it. But there's a reality in that we should have given our voters an opportunity to make a decision for themselves. And by the time we had to make a decision, it was too late.
By the way, it's just 3 straight nominations where Democratic voters didn't get a chance.
That's what I thought, bro. What's wrong? You couldn't think past Epstein? You couldn't think past it, huh? Yeah, I lost you, dog. That's what I thought. Straight losers, bro. This is the type. Let me guess. You also believe men can breastfeed?
Do women have penises?
So I believe that women.
Democrats have gone so crazy. Women can have penises. That's not a thing. That's not biology. It's not science. And you sound like a lunatic.
And the women.
Should young girls just get used to penises in their locker rooms and showers? My next question, yes or no? Should little girls get used to penises in their locker rooms and showers? Yes or no?
I don't know what you're talking about, but what I will say.
Oh, I absolutely do. We've heard testimony today about.
That's what I thought, bro. You can't think past Epstein file, bro. You're just another loser, bro. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you have nothing in your brain. You watch The View and you just regurgitate what they give you. That's what I thought, bro. Straight losers.
Beta male, beta male, beta male.
Natural Bridge hasn't said a word. He just says, this guy does this guy does that. You haven't even responded. You can't respond, bro. You can't do it. You can't do it, bro.
Now, I don't think most liberals are insane, but neither do they make it clear they disapprove of the ones who are. And their cowardice in not marginalizing their own crazies has been their downfall. I couldn't get Neil deGrasse Tyson, a genius scientist and preeminent scientific voice in the media, to agree that it was ridiculous for Scientific American and The Atlantic to be claiming that separating sports by sex doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. Actually, it makes perfect sense. And there's a lot of stuff like that on the left. And when conservatives see it, they say, I'm sorry, we're just not going to go along with reinventing society, often pointlessly, even if we have to cancel democracy.
Yep, exactly. So we got trans Tifa in the chat, guys, and let's keep going with the lefties losing.
Some things have come. MSNBC anchor Nicole Wallace. And let's be serious here for a second. What you're about to see is utterly appalling. This is misinformation and incitement dressed up as news reporting.
What we're learning about the fire that destroyed the home of a South Carolina Circuit Court judge who faced criticism from Trump officials after a ruling she made against the Trump administration. It comes amid a surge in hostility and threats against judges, as well as criticism directly from the Trump administration, including for Judge Goodstein.
Just absolutely reckless fake news, because the pertinent information is that fire was not arson. But why let that get in the way of a narrative? Let's bring in Mary McCord to add to the hysteria. She's pointing the finger at Donald Trump and alleging an act of possible domestic terrorism.
We've talked today already about crossing Rubicons, right? And when you're starting to attack judges because of their rulings, we're in a very, very dangerous position in this country. And it makes judges fearful. It makes prosecutors fearful, as we know. It makes others in positions where they could be criticized by Donald Trump fearful. And he needs to know the power of his voice and how people respond to that. We've been saying this for years, Nicole, but if this is what this turns out to be, some sort of politically motivated act of domestic terrorism, then, the importance and significance of the things that Donald Trump says about a person just, again, will be demonstrated in this instance.
Let's not forget, it's the left that are killing and trying to kill their political opponents, whether it's Charlie Kirk or Donald Trump or Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh or Republican Stephen Scalise. Even in the cases where a Democrat is attacked, it often turns out to be someone from the left, like when Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's house was set alight by a pro-Palestinian activist. Now, it's been a while since we've featured the asinine content of alleged comic John Oliver. Here he is encouraging people to harass ICE agents.
I absolutely love that woman said, I came to bother ICE. Because that seems reasonable to me. If ICE can show up and bother some guys at their roofing job, then bystanders should be able to bother ICE at their state-sanctioned kidnapping job. It is only fair.
Joining me now is filmmaker and commentator Ami Horowitz. Ami, ICE agents are having their lives threatened. They are having to cover their faces to protect themselves.
Lefties lost it, bro. I beat you to it. I know. I was like, bro, you guys gotta stop talking. Now they're going off and they're trying hard to get us triggered by talking about the death of Charlie Kirk, and I'm not good with that. So they can bounce. And I just kicked them from the channel, period. So I took it a step further. Yeah, well, I kicked that one dude Dark from the channel. I'm not down with the Charlie Kirk thing. And he was just on his. They're all on their BS, bro. They're trans Tifa, bro. It sets them over the edge, bro. They completely lost it, bro. Same with Natural Bridge. He's about to lose it too. Yeah. Yep. 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 Same with Natural, bro. We'll get him out of here too. Yeah. We'll get him out too. Yeah, we'll get you out too, Natural. Act like a normal person, bro. We're just talking. We're doing our thing. You're just on like some other planet, bro, trying to spam us. Yeah. You're weak. You're
beta man.
That's what I thought, bro.
Themselves and their families. And we've got a alleged comic, encouraging leftists to confront and harass these agents doing their job.
Yeah.
Wow, you are sad. You guys gonna keep name calling? You guys gonna keep name calling and not chat? Then we're just gonna go ahead and we'll just go ahead and boot you all. Yeah. Yep. We'll boot all of you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, Rita, the consent structure allowed by the mainstream media is incredible, and so allowing for these attacks to happen, I'm sorry, there is a causal relationship.
Damn, my system went down for what, 10 minutes, and Trans Tifa jumped in, bro. You see that? Holy cow!
Relationship between what is happening here. When people look at celebrities, at the media, at people they think are within the Overton window, and they hear them speak like this, of course they're going to act in that way. And in reality, what's happening with this,
the
with
roaches
the media,
creeped
they're
in, bro.
actually shifting the Overton window. They're actually expanding it to allow for physical violence for politics. That's exactly what we're seeing here.
Legit, Justin.
This is also with judges. Kavanaugh,
Legit
the person who tried
lost
to
it,
kill
bro. They completely lost
Kavanaugh, right? The Supreme Court Justice of the United States got sent.
This was good enough to get Trump reelected.
Come with a trigger warning for the left, but despite the relentless bad media, Donald Trump has the steadiest approval rating of any president on record and would be re-elected today if an election were held. Take it away, CNN.
Here's the thing to keep in mind. This was good enough to get Trump reelected back in 2024. And Donald Trump is basically at the same point here right now, which I think would surprise a lot of folks, especially a lot of folks on the left who very much disagree with a lot of what Donald Trump has done. Is Trump doing what he promised in the 2024 campaign? Yes, 52%. The majority of Americans say that Donald Trump is doing what he promised compared to 48% who said no. So what essentially is going on here is the voters expected all of this from Donald Trump. The majority did, and that is why his favorable rating, simply put, has not really moved all that much compared to where it was a year ago. Trump is basically doing what
Jason, you're gonna trigger him, bro. You're gonna trigger all these guys.
Indeed, if you look at the numbers, Trump has basically the steadiest favorable rating this much through a presidency of any president on record, and it's basically where he was a year ago, good enough to get him reelected.
Army, that's all very
good,
interesting,
dude.
but what do you think is going to happen in the midterms?
Look, tradition.
So we're at 11:52. Tomorrow I'm gonna take care. I got some clips to make from our lives that we're doing together and whatnot. So we're gonna go through some of that. I'm gonna make some clips, and then also I got to figure out this whole thing because either we do like a Discord kind of a thing, or we keep it in the app. We keep it in Google. And we do we do a membership to where like there's our own chat, like a separate chat, and where we can have that going on there. So I just got to figure out what will work best. I asked people about earlier today. I asked people about Discord. Some people knew about it. A lot of people did not. So I don't know. Okay. Yeah, let me know. Message me on IG. Sweet. Fresery is saying, so no opinions welcome. Opinions are welcome, bro, but name calling, celebrating people's death, spamming our chat, and just spewing, like just going crazy and throwing up on us without like actually having a conversation, engaging, and trying to have that kind of a dialogue, that's not going to fly. So I'm trying to have something here, bro. The whole point of this channel, and we've been successful with it so far, doing really good so far, and I'm really happy with everything, the way it's going. We're having dialogue, we're discussing stuff, and we're enjoying it. And we're actually have people on for both sides on here all the time, and everyone's enjoying it left and right. So, if you want to come and not have a dialogue and you just want to spam chat and act crazy, and you're welcome to have another opinion, bro, 100%. But, it should be a dialogue. And if you're going to act like a little kid and have no brains, then and you're going to make fun of people, call people names, and you're going to celebrate death, we're going to get rid of you too, bro. Simple as that. It's just simple as that. I came for the vid contents. Troller, talking nonsense is a bonus. Just saying.
Satan is your daddy. Satan is your daddy.
Say okay. Just saying. Okay.
Satan is your daddy.
I came for the vid contents. Fresery says, you guys need to stop focus on left and right. That's what they want. Well, I put videos that are on both sides, but a lot of them will be like from right point of view or whatever you want to call it. And that's just how I'm running the channel. So, I mean, if you're going to lose your mind over it, I can't control that. You know what I'm saying? But our dialogue is with both sides. We have open debate. We discuss it. We have people from both sides on here, and everyone that's in here knows it. So if you're not cool with it, all good, man. So it's all good. But if you're down, you want to chat, you want to join the chat, jump in, let's go. And you'll enjoy it. We have a lot of fun, both sides, left and right. So that's how I run it. And I don't really care if you like it or you don't. I honestly really don't. I don't make money off of this to care about your opinion, bro, to be honest. So we'll play it like that. But it is a good time. We do have a really good time in here. And I got a couple buttons for you.
Beta.
No, but I will poke fun, okay? I will say that. I will poke fun too. So there is that. That's amazing. That's amazing. So we'll have fun. We're gonna keep going, but it's 11:56. I'm gonna call it quits here. But before I go, what do you guys think about that? Just because I'm gonna think about this and kind of figure out what I want to do. Are you guys? What do you guys think about doing a membership on YouTube as opposed to the Discord, so we can just keep it all in one place? Justin, thanks, bro. Good to have you again, man. Thanks for coming back. We'll be on tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow morning, California time, and in the evening. Tomorrow's Thursday. It's gonna be a good day, bro. Looking forward to it. Thursday is a great day. We're gonna have a good time. Justin, good to see you, man. And Timothy Concepcion says this channel does a lot of research. It shows with the content. Thank you, appreciate you, buddy. And then Sunbreakables it says go to sleep, Trump supporters. Thank you, bro. We'll take it, whatever you want to say. Night y'all, thanks again. State Line, appreciate you. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
And what do you guys think? You guys down for that? If we do like memberships, and then I do some kind of membership deal, and I just throw, I'll have like some of you OGs, we'll just do like a, free membership for the first I don't know, month or two or however that goes. I'm not really sure how that would run, but yeah, Gray, I just realized that I didn't get that part. SS Unbreakable with the SS, yeah, that is true. All right, so yeah, he's got to get his mask. He lost his mask, bro. He may not be able to attend. He's got to find a mask. Maybe you can put a sock over his head. Track, good to have you too, man. Thanks for stumbling upon me. Appreciate you. We got a great channel. We have a lot of fun here. If you look up our prior streams, I bet you'll get a laugh in there, man, regardless of what side you're on. And again, we have both sides. We have a good time. Haven't heard much feedback from you guys, so looks like I got to figure this thing out on my own to see which one you guys like better. Thanks, bro. Thanks for subscribing. If you do, appreciate you. I am currently at, let's see where we're at, bro. Let's see here. Medicate here, go here. So 4,210 or so, 42 something. Pretty good. We're moving. I think 5K by Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I think 5K by Friday or Saturday. We'll get that going. Thank you, Jen. Track, come back in the morning. I'll be live in the morning. We'll have some fun. 24,500 views on this stream. This current stream that we're on right now. Not bad. A little bit down from our 50 or 70K that we do normally, but hey, it's a late night and I had some issues with the stream. Jen, good night. See you in the AM. Just not too early. I agree. Not too early for me too. I got a lot to do, and this is like the latest I'll go to bed. I got to do my morning sunrise. So Deshaun, good to have you too, bro. Good night. Thank you guys so much. And I'm out too. Good night, guys.